The vast emptiness of space stretched before the human fleet, a silent canvas of infinite darkness punctuated by distant starlight. Captain Ji-hoon Park stood motionless on the bridge of the Starship Sovereign, his dark eyes scanning the holographic display that shimmered with quantum data streams. The fleet had traveled beyond known galactic boundaries, a journey that had taken months of precise quantum folding and navigational calculations. 17 massive ships moved in perfect synchronized formation, each vessel a testament to humanity's technological prowess. Their sleek design defied traditional spacecraft engineering, angular, almost predatory in their construction, with surfaces that seemed to absorb and redirect electromagnetic radiation. Communications Officer Yoona Kim's fingers danced across her holographic interface. Her breathing was steady, professional. Suddenly, alien sensor signatures began appearing at the edge of their scanning range. Confederation patrol vessels, most likely. Incoming transmission attempts, she announced, her voice calm and controlled. Multiple frequency bands being probed. Captain Park remained silent, watching the approaching vessels. They looked archaic compared to the human ships, bulky, with external weapon systems that seemed almost primitive. The alien craft were broadcasting standard diplomatic identification codes, requesting immediate communication and verification. The human fleet did not respond. Inside the Sovereign's command center, an intricate network of artificial intelligence systems analyzed every microscopic detail of the surrounding space. Quantum sensors mapped potential threat vectors, calculated potential engagement scenarios, and processed millions of computational scenarios per second. The alien patrol vessels began to adjust their approach, seemingly confused by the human fleet's absolute silence. Their movements became more cautious, tactical formation shifting to defensive positions. Yoona noticed subtle quantum field fluctuations around the human ships. "Captain," she said quietly, "defensive field modulation is active. They're preparing potential counter-response protocols." Park nodded, a slight movement that communicated volumes to his trained crew. Humanity had not traveled across countless light-years to engage in traditional diplomatic exchanges. They had a mission, a purpose that transcended conventional interstellar interaction. The alien vessels continued their approach, now maintaining a cautious distance. Their communication attempts became more urgent, switching between multiple linguistic databases and communication protocols. Aboard the Sovereign, holographic displays shifted, revealing complex mathematical models and predictive engagement scenarios. The ship's artificial intelligence was continuously calculating potential outcomes, potential risks, and strategic responses. One of the patrol vessels suddenly launched what appeared to be a standard diplomatic probe, a small sensor package designed to establish initial communication parameters. The tiny craft moved smoothly through space, its advanced sensors scanning the human fleet. Before the probe could reach its intended destination, it simply stopped. Not destroyed, not damaged, but completely neutralized by an invisible quantum field that rendered its systems instantly inoperable. The message was clear and precise: approach, but do not engage. Park watched the alien vessels react to the probe's sudden deactivation. Their movements became more erratic, communication attempts more frantic. They were facing a technological capability completely outside their understanding. Yoona's display showed increasingly desperate communication attempts. Multiple linguistic databases were being used simultaneously, a clear indication of the aliens' growing confusion and potential fear. The human fleet continued its steady trajectory, neither accelerating nor changing course. Their very presence was a statement, a demonstration of technological superiority that required no verbal explanation. In that moment, floating silently against the backdrop of endless stars, the human fleet represented something more than a military or exploratory mission. They were harbingers of a new era of galactic interaction, silent, calculated, and utterly transformative. Captain Park allowed himself the briefest moment of satisfaction. Their mission was proceeding exactly as planned. The alien patrol vessels would soon report their encounter. And the galaxy would never be the same. The silence didn't last long. Within hours of the first encounter, a Confederation battle group emerged from Quantum Jump, their massive warships bristling with weapons designed to intimidate and destroy. Lieutenant Dae-sung Kim watched the tactical displays with calculated precision. The alien ships approached in a classic combat formation, 3 heavy cruisers flanked by 6 smaller destroyer-class vessels. Their weapon systems charged, energy signatures building to aggressive levels. The human fleet remained motionless. The lead Confederation cruiser, a massive construct named Stellar Hammer, began broadcasting aggressive warnings. Its commander, a reptilian species known for their martial culture, demanded immediate surrender and identification. Captain Park simply raised an eyebrow. Suddenly, the alien battle group unleashed their primary weapon systems. Plasma torpedoes and quantum disruptors erupted from their launch bays, creating a devastating wave of destructive potential that would have obliterated any known civilization's fleet. The human ships didn't even adjust their shields. As the weapons approached, something extraordinary happened. Each projectile simply dissolved. Not exploded, not deflected. Completely neutralized by an invisible quantum field that transformed destructive energy into harmless particles. The alien commander's communication channel erupted with shocked confusion. Their most advanced weapon systems had been rendered completely ineffective in milliseconds. Yuna Kim's fingers moved across her console, analyzing the engagement. Weapon neutralization complete, she reported clinically. No damage sustained. Enemy systems now at 0 combat effectiveness. The Confederation battle group stopped. Their sophisticated sensors showed something impossible. The human fleet had not just defended themselves. They had systematically disabled every offensive capability without firing a single return shot. One by one, the alien ships began losing power. Their navigation systems collapsed. Weapon arrays went dark. Communication networks became fragmented and incoherent. Lieutenant Daesung noticed something fascinating. The human quantum field wasn't destroying the alien technology. It was essentially resetting their systems, bringing them to a complete operational shutdown without physical damage. Captain Park watched the scene with remarkable calmness. This was not an act of aggression. It was a demonstration. The message was clear: humanity could neutralize technological threats with surgical precision. No destruction. No loss of life. Just complete technological dominance. Within 30 minutes, the entire Confederation battle group was rendered completely non-operational. Their crews were safe. Their ships were intact. But they were as helpless as newborn creatures floating in the vast darkness of space. Communications across the galaxy would soon spread the news. A new power had arrived. And they played by entirely different rules. The human fleet continued its steady trajectory, leaving behind a group of disabled ships as a calling card. No threats. No declarations. Just a simple, profound demonstration of technological superiority. Aboard the Sovereign, Captain Park allowed himself the slightest smile. First contact was proceeding exactly as planned. The galaxy would soon understand that humanity was not just another species. They were something entirely different. Something transformative. Something unprecedented. The diplomatic station Nexus Prime hung in space like a massive crystalline wheel, designed to host negotiations between hundreds of galactic civilizations. Today, it would witness something unprecedented. Ambassador Suk Wong arrived with a small delegation of 3 humans. No weapons. No traditional diplomatic regalia. Just simple black uniforms and an aura of calm precision that made the other representatives nervous. 32 different species watched as the humans entered the central chamber. Representatives from insectoid collectives, energy-based life forms, silicon-based entities, and carbon-based civilizations all sat in tense anticipation. The Confederation's lead diplomat, a 4-armed creature from the Orion cluster, spoke first. "Explain your actions in our territorial space." Suk Wong's response was brutally simple. "We identified systemic inefficiencies in your current galactic management structure." Silence filled the chamber. The diplomatic protocols were clear. Such a statement would typically require extensive explanation, diplomatic maneuvering, and complex negotiations. But the humans seemed to operate outside these established norms. Holographic displays began showing data, centuries of conflict records,
resource distribution reports, technological stagnation graphs.
The humans were presenting a clinical analysis of galactic civilization's fundamental problems. Wars that had lasted generations.
Resource conflicts that destroyed entire planetary systems. Technological development blocked by bureaucratic complications. The data was damning.
"We are not here to conquer," Ambassador Huang continued.
"We are here to offer a solution."
The silicon-based representatives from the Quantum Collective leaned forward.
Their crystalline structures vibrated with intense curiosity. The humans were not making threats.
They were presenting a comprehensive diagnostic of galactic civilization's core issues.
One by one, the diplomatic representatives began to realize something extraordinary. The humans were not asking for permission.
They were presenting a plan.
A plan that would fundamentally reshape galactic civilization. The Orion Cluster representative challenged, "And what gives humanity the right to propose such changes?"
Suk Huang simply projected a series of technological schematics. Advanced energy systems.
Conflict resolution algorithms.
Resource distribution models that could eliminate poverty across entire star systems. The chamber fell silent.
The humans had done more than arrive unexpectedly.
They had come with a complete blueprint for solving generations of complex problems.
No demands. No threats.
Just a clinical, precise presentation of potential solutions.
Some representatives felt threatened.
Others felt hope. But everyone understood one thing: humanity was not a traditional galactic civilization. They were something entirely different. A potential solution to centuries of conflict. A civilization that approached problems with mathematical precision and unexpected compassion. As the diplomatic session continued, the other species slowly began to understand.
The humans were not conquerors.
They were architects of a new galactic framework.
And nothing would remain the same. Captain Park, watching the transmission from the Sovereign, allowed himself a small smile.
First contact was proceeding exactly as planned. The galaxy was about to change. The classified documents began circulating through secure quantum networks, revealing a history that shocked every known civilization.
Humanity had been watching, observing, calculating.
For decades, they had monitored galactic conflicts with a clinical, almost detached precision. Every war, every resource dispute, every technological conflict had been meticulously recorded and analyzed by advanced artificial intelligence systems.
Captain Ji-hoon Park reviewed the data with his senior staff aboard the Sovereign. Star charts showed centuries of interconnected conflicts, resource wars, and technological stagnation. The human analysis was brutal in its simplicity. Most galactic civilizations were trapped in recursive conflict patterns.
"We're not here to conquer," Park explained to his team.
"We're here to reset the system." Leaked documents revealed humanity's extraordinary preparation.
They had developed technology that could resolve territorial disputes, redistribute resources, and create stability without firing a single weapon.
Quantum communication networks could restructure entire economic systems. Advanced medical technologies could eliminate genetic conflicts between species. The Quantum Collective was the first to fully understand the humans' approach. Their crystalline intelligence recognized a level of strategic thinking that transcended traditional military or diplomatic concepts. Classified reports showed how humans had spent decades studying conflict resolution.
Not through military might, but through complex mathematical models that could predict and prevent systemic failures in civilization structures. One report detailed how a single human algorithm could resolve a conflict that had lasted 3 centuries between 2 star systems. Another showed how their medical technologies could cure genetic diseases that had plagued entire species for generations. The intention was clear: humanity was offering a complete system upgrade for galactic civilization. Intelligence agencies across multiple species began intensive research. Who were these humans? Where did they come from? What was their true motivation? The answer was surprisingly simple: they wanted to solve problems. Park reviewed the final strategic assessment.
Humanity had the technological capability to conquer the entire galaxy in weeks.
Instead, they chose to offer solutions.
Quantum communication networks began spreading the initial reports.
Some species saw liberation. Others saw a potential threat. But no one could ignore the profound implications.
The human fleet didn't need to fire weapons. Their very existence was a transformative force. Advanced AI systems had calculated every potential scenario.
They had developed solutions that could restructure entire civilizational frameworks without causing massive disruption.
Resource distribution models could eliminate poverty. Communication technologies could bridge cultural differences. Medical advancements could heal generations of genetic conflicts.
Some diplomatic representatives called it a potential invasion. Others saw it as the most advanced form of peaceful intervention in galactic history.
Captain Park understood something fundamental. Humanity was not just another species.
They were problem solvers. Architects of potential. The classified documents continued to spread.
Each page revealed another layer of humanity's extraordinary preparation.
They had studied, calculated, and developed solutions while other civilizations fought endless wars. No traditional military strategy.
No territorial expansion.
Just a precise, calculated approach to solving fundamental civilizational challenges.
The galaxy was about to experience something unprecedented. A transformation without violence. Progress without conquest. Solutions without destruction. Humanity had arrived.
And nothing would remain the same. 2 galactic cycles after the initial encounter, the transformation became impossible to ignore. Trade routes that once sparked centuries of conflict now became collaborative research stations. Entire planetary systems that had been battlegrounds for generations suddenly became centers of technological and cultural exchange.
Captain Ji-hoon Park watched from the bridge of the Sovereign as the first joint research facility came online.
A dozen different species worked together, their previous conflicts forgotten, replaced by a shared vision of progress. The human approach was elegant in its simplicity.
They didn't occupy territories. They didn't demand submission. They provided solutions. Quantum communication networks replaced old communication systems. Advanced medical technologies eliminated genetic conflicts.
Resource distribution algorithms solved poverty problems that had existed for generations.
Ambassador Suk Hwan's final report was brutally concise. Potential achieved. Systems optimized. Mission completed. The Quantum Collective was the first to fully integrate the human technological framework. Their crystalline intelligence recognized the profound mathematical precision of human problem-solving algorithms.
What took other civilizations centuries to develop, humans had calculated in months.
Conflict zones transformed into collaborative research centers. Planets that once fought over resources now shared technological advancements. The very concept of territorial conflict began to dissolve. Lieutenant Dae-Sung Kim monitored the initial integration processes. The data was extraordinary.
Entire civilizational structures were being restructured without a single military engagement.
No weapons. No threats.
Just pure, calculated problem solving.
The human fleet didn't need to demonstrate military might. Their very existence was a transformative force. One by one, galactic civilizations began to understand.
Humanity wasn't a traditional species. They were architects of potential. Problem solvers who approached challenges with mathematical precision and unexpected compassion.
Yuna Kim's communication network showed something unprecedented.
Species that had been enemies for generations were now sharing research, developing joint technologies, exploring mutual potential.
The transformation was total. But it wasn't forced. It was invited. Captain Park reviewed the final strategic assessment. Humanity could have conquered the galaxy in weeks.
Instead, they chose to help it heal.
Advanced AI systems had calculated every potential scenario.
They developed solutions that could restructure entire civilizational frameworks without causing massive disruption.
The human approach was unique. No traditional diplomatic protocols.
No extended negotiations. Just a precise, calculated method of solving fundamental challenges.
Technological advancements spread faster than anyone could have predicted. Medical technologies that could cure generations of genetic diseases.
Communication networks that could bridge impossible cultural differences. Resource distribution models that could eliminate poverty across entire star systems.
Ambassador Huang's final diplomatic transmission captured the essence of their mission. We do not seek to control. We seek to solve. The galaxy watched in wonder as humanity demonstrated something extraordinary.
A civilization that approached problems with mathematical precision and unexpected compassion. Within 2 standard galactic cycles, everything had changed. Not through conquest.
Not through violence.
But through solutions. Captain Park allowed himself a moment of reflection.
The mission was complete. Humanity had transformed the galaxy, not by force, but by offering a better way forward.
As the Sovereign moved silently through space, it carried with it the promise of a new era.
An era of collaboration. Of potential. Of solving problems that seemed impossible. The galaxy would never be the same. Humanity had arrived.
And everything had changed.